life at the moment, and especially around birthdays. And for me, birthdays are a giant emphasis on the fact that I am lonely and the fact that I don't have any friends. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been sending me into a bit of a massive spiral lately, because we are in the lead up to my 30th birthday. I turn 30 in a couple of months' time. For me personally, I find the big ones, the big birthdays, are the toughest ones to deal with. So when you turn 18, 21, 30. I think that's because it's such a big milestone, and I don't have any of my own friends to do anything with. And it's like, I'm almost 30, you know? I find it really difficult to talk about this topic, like face to face with people. I can do it here because I'm in my own space. There's no one here. I'm literally just talking to myself, but just face to face, that's really difficult. I think because I feel so much shame around that whole topic. It weighs very heavily on my heart.
I don't know about you guys, but Rush Week is so hard.
So we hear a lot about, the rise of single lonely men, or just lonely men, period. And if the men are alone, and women are also saying, where are the men, right? Shout out to that New York Times article calling for men to come back. We don't, just turn the corner and say, if men are lonely, then the ones that they should be pairing with, women, are probably also going to be lonely. We don't have that narrative doesn't really exist. Because I think it calls into question that the male loneliness epidemic is a male only problem. And then if we do mention female loneliness, then it's also weirdly a male problem. It's still a thing for men to solve. Men come back, right? But only in the specific terms in which we want. And I want to say, shout out to the women that actually come on here and talk about what it's like for them being lonely. That in reality, things are not as easy as it's portrayed online. We constantly get up to showing people our highlight reels. This is the best of me. This is the best of me. No breaks, right? No commercial breaks. It's all upside all the time. You don't see when you go into bed lonely. You don't see the quiet times when you wish you had someone there. You don't see the struggle. You don't see the past due bills, right? But you see the yacht, you see the vacation, you see the cars, you see the clothes, you see the jewels. You don't see, I'm just trying to make it to the end of the week. Hey, I'm in poor financial straits, and as this channel grows and expands, we'll start talking more about those scenarios that people are in them. So here, I think it's difficult. It's often difficult for women to be real, and to be real with each other and say, it's not all great. But I think those conversations are necessary, because if you are constantly told that it'll work out fine, that at the end of the day, all you have to do is be you. You don't have to make any changes. You don't have to improve in any sort of way, any discernible way. Things will work out fine. Your man will be there. And we'll examine for both sides really quick. Just looking at Disney. And Disney tells women that, just sit tight. The man will come. He'll save you. The Prince Charming is on the way, right? Whether he just has to sometimes realize that he's not a street rat, right? Shout out to Aladdin. Also one of the best songs Disney, put together. Men, that's free game, right? But he just has to realize he just has to get his ish together. Then he'll come. Then you'll be happily ever after. So it's telling men, get your stuff together, go get your girl. So we come forward and we're thinking, all I have to do is be true and be honest and tell her and profess my love to her. And I do so. And she's like, get away from me. You are a stranger. But wait, I was told that I was supposed to do this and I was supposed to get my happily ending, right? You're the princess. I told you the things. There's nothing in there saying, no, it's competition. You have to be better than the next guy. You have to make something of yourself. So we sort of get lost. Then with women, they're just telling you, yeah, man, it'll work out. It'll work out. There's no, outside of, you got to kiss some frogs, right, to find your prince. We just said, yeah, man, you got to do a little bit of work and you get the ending you want. And then we grow up with this idea, and I get it. You don't want kids to be adults. You want kids to still have chances to be kids, to be children. But when you life in general, the universe does not care, right? So when you come out with this attitude and life punches you right in the lip, right? Doesn't matter your gender, life will punch you in the lip. And then how you respond is how you respond. When life punches us in the lip and we have no type of defense, when we didn't see it coming, it's a sucker punch, we're left listless. And then it's easy to look towards the other gender saying, if you would only do your thing, if you only do the right thing in which I was told you're supposed to do, we'd be all right. So men, we blame women. Women, they blame men. And we never say, maybe let's pay attention to people that actually got it down the path. Let's look at them and say, hey, how did you do it? How did you handle 50-50? How did you handle, does he pay all the bills? And they'll look at you sideways like, we do what works for us. We do what works for us. Ignore all this other stuff. Do what works for you with your partner, with your partner, with your mate, with your spouse, with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Do what makes sense. Ignore everything else. Otherwise, both of us, both genders, male, female, will have to accept the real possibility of a life alone. And I think here's where men have the advantage, because we're traditionally ones that are chasing, and that, whichever guy you are, for most guys, you fail more than you succeed, right? In your chase of women, and then in the hunt of women, you fail more than you succeed. So you've already pictured several times, maybe if you total all up, at least, for a couple months, a couple years, you've pictured the real possibility of you just dying alone. You've just like approaching anxiety, sometimes you become a little numb to it. The idea right now that I could end up alone is not as frightening as it used to be. It's a real thing that I have to deal with. I've had to deal with. Even before I made something of myself, even before and now here, just looking at my outcomes and looking at my mindset and then looking at larger society, he has a real chance I might not get the outcome that I was told I was promised. It's life and it's unfortunate, but telling one side of the story, and like the male loneliness epidemic, one, I don't think it's an epidemic because it's been a chronic thing for such a long time, but not also telling the other side with women saying, yeah, you're also going to suffer from this. We're doing a disservice. Let's have an actual real conversation. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.